So say, like for me, say you're a gym brand, you need to work out. So we're going to do 1 post a week on the gym wear. We're going to do 1 post a week on workouts. We're going to do 1 post a week on post-workout foods, or what I have had in a day, because that's your inside scoop. That's your personality, because you're showing what you've eaten in a day. You don't have to do that. It's not really anything to do with business, but people are getting the inside scoop and the personality. And then within that, you're showing your gym wear, you're showing your gym supplements or whatever it is, and people are going, so where did you get those leggings from? Where did you get those supplements from? And it's about organically adding your products into it.
I like to call my unlimited content matrix, and essentially you break your business down into 4 pillars, right? You're welcome. Before I even start, you break your business down into 4 pillars. You say, okay, let's say for example it's Crunches by Susie. She really likes, fashion, right? She really likes hair, and there's another 2. So you break down hair and fashion, and you get their keywords. So you say, okay, fashion, we have models, we have material, we have this, that, and the other. And then for each of those keywords, you'd break that down into the who, what, when, where, how, and why.
What's sustainable happens quickly. Nothing. Like very few of you can show me an example of something that is sustainable, that is built quickly. I look at a plant. You look at a tree. Look, the biggest tree in the forest here. How long has it been there for? Thousands of years. It's not coincidence. You look at buildings. How long did they build a building? How long does it stay standing for?
Yeah.
Look at a baby. If a baby is born too soon, it's at risk of dying. Everything in life. There's not one thing in life here that can happen quickly and is sustainable. So when I tell you the post here for the next 6 months here, that's me using the laws of life and nature and what we see around us to understand that nothing in life that is built quickly is sustainable.
I love the psychology of it. And I think sometimes with digital marketing, we forget that it's the same thing. It's just using different platforms. And the speed in which the digital platforms allow us to market to our audience compared to traditional offline is just incomparable. It's just crazy fast. And also the accessibility of how many people we can reach. And so it can be quite overwhelming when we think about the bigger picture of digital marketing, but really when it comes down to it, it's about the psychology that we've always known. And that goes right back to, hey, I've got some of these carrots. I've noticed that you haven't got any carrots. What about these? Should we swap some carrots for some of your potatoes? So it's about the psychology of somebody wanting or needing something and then somebody else being able to provide.
We call it edutainment. So it's education and entertainment.
Yeah.
And don't be scared by the entertainment word, because entertainment is broad. Anyone can find anything interesting. It doesn't need to be humorous or anything like that.
Yeah.
Teach us about this, and you can do that with a hook. So one tip for video content is you need to capture someone's attention in the first 3 to 5 seconds. You need a hook, and that hook it needs to draw in that person. So on TikTok, you can write a cover title on your video.
Yeah.
If your service is beneficial in some way, a hook on that cover title could be, this is what really saves me time when I'm ...
Yeah.
That's a hook, because now I want to know what saves you time.
Yeah.
So this is where services can really play up to, how is this beneficial for you? Why should you be parting money? How can this change my routine in the best way possible? So that is everything that they need to be pushing.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today on another edition and another episode of UKBF Talks. And today, I am joined by a very special guest. And before I introduce said special guest, I want you to get yourself ready, because today we're going to be focusing on a platform that a lot of people may not necessarily know how to utilize effectively for their businesses. We're talking about LinkedIn here. And in this conversation, it's all about the easy ways to maximize this platform and how to win businesses or win business, effectively make money through the platform of LinkedIn. So if you've got questions, queries, pain points, get those in the chat. And I'm sure today's special guest will lap up all those questions and do his best to give some real gems and add some real value to those pain points as well. So without further ado, I'm here to introduce you to Mr. Kenneth Nell.
Thank you, Jacob.
You don't have to give me the check just yet.
Okay.
For that intro.
It was good.
Was it all right?
But it could have been better.
What could I have done better?
We could have told them I'm a Star Wars fan.
Okay, told them you're a Star Wars fan.
I mean, everybody loves a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
And if you don't like Star Wars, I don't really want to talk to you.
You don't really want to talk to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bit biased. But yeah, no, I'll give you the check.
Give me a check
afterwards.
after.
Thank you, yeah.
All right, that's fine. So, yeah, he's a Star Wars fan. He doesn't really want to know you if you don't like Star Wars. But yeah, Kenneth, thank you for joining us today.
Pleasure.
How are you doing?
I'm loving it.
You're loving it?
Life. Everybody asks me when I start up in the morning, how am I feeling? And
Yeah.
I've been in the UK for 5 years now.
Yeah.
Okay. We're about to make it permanent. And it's another day in paradise.
Yeah.
A lot of people complain about England. I think it's all about perception.
Mm-hmm.
The country I've come from, the perception is the economy is really bad there.
Mm-hmm.
Work is tough.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the UK, opportunities are exploding everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Just the freedom of being alive with your family.
Mm-hmm.
My family, not your family, sorry. In the UK is just, it's incredible. So, and Gary Vee is one of the guys I like to follow.
Yeah.
And he has this expression, people say, how are you feeling? He goes, I'm an 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
But how are you an 11 out of 10 every day?
Yeah.
Well, ask yourself basic questions. Are you alive? Yes. Well, that's a good start.
Yeah.
Are your nearest and dearest alive? Yes. Okay. Well, that's a good start. What else is there to worry about?
Yeah.
Everything else is normal.
Yeah.
But if your partner or your loved ones that were alive yesterday, if they're still alive today, man, life's good.
Yeah.
And that's just so. That's sorry.
No, I love the perspective and the refreshingness because being a business owner yourself, you have everything that you're basically going to say in everything that you're going to be sharing is applicable. It's tried and tested, not just by yourself, but you actually have a fleet of clients that you work with. So it's that perspective that you have is very, very good. So what I like to do before we actually go into any questions that we have is to find out a bit more information about yourself. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, who the heck are you and why should we listen to you today?
So that's an interesting question and one that is always a challenge to answer. So I like to start by, I'm a ballroom dance instructor.
Okay.
I'm a Latin dance instructor.
Okay.
Why is probably one of the reasons why I enjoy LinkedIn so much.
Yeah.
I couldn't pick up girls when I was a kid.
Okay.
Man, I was the shyest boy in town.
Yeah.
I asked a girl out when I was like 13. She said no, broke me completely.
Yeah.
I couldn't ask girls out until I was 19 years old.
Wow.
Which says a lot, okay? And I figured, how do I solve this problem of being so shy? Well, where do you get into real close proximity with girls? Dancing. I was going through the classifieds and I saw an ad, dance instructor, no experience required. I couldn't dance to save my life. I went for the audition. I had rhythm. I got the job, became a dance instructor, held a different woman in my arms every half an hour for 10 hours a day for 3 years. I learned to be comfortable with conversation.
Yeah.
And that led me down the road of sales, marketing, digital, e-commerce, SEO, building a digital agency in South Africa, coming across to the UK, pre-COVID, starting a digital agency, COVID, losing a digital agency, post-COVID saying, where do I go from here? Pretty much we started from a zero base after COVID, which I think there are a lot of businesses that went through the same problem. My challenge, which I've since discovered, is the same as most businesses, is where do you find your customers?
Yep.
So where do I find a girlfriend?
Yep.
Right. And the way I approach life is, if I don't know how to do it, become a master of it. So I couldn't dance. I became a dance instructor. I was speaking at school one day. We've got to do these speeches in front of a class.
Yep.
teenage boy, nervous as hell, gets up in front of the class. His voice breaks in front of the class. So the whole class cracked up laughing. That's it. I'm not doing public speaking anymore.
Yeah.
Game over. I eventually got myself into a position where I was running digital marketing training sessions for 300-400 people. So I went speak in front of people to comfortably. I can get on the stage and have a conversation.
Yeah.
Finding customers is a challenge.
Yeah.
And it's always been a challenge.
Yeah.
Hence, trying to solve the problem.
Yeah.
COVID, couldn't find customers because I couldn't go out and meet people. There's no networking. Hence LinkedIn. I'm digital. I understand the digital background. I understand digital marketing. I understand content. Well, then let's learn how to use LinkedIn properly.
Yeah.
I've been on LinkedIn since 2012. That's the really sad part.
Yeah.
End of COVID, I had 2,500 people following me. Connections, but there was no conversation.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm on 6,300 connections, followers. Nice mix. There's conversations going on. In the last 3 years, the only place I found business is on LinkedIn.
Okay.
A lot of people that I've worked with have said, one in particular, his words were, I've been in LinkedIn for 7 years, I've never found a customer. I was like, there's 970 million potential customers on LinkedIn. You couldn't find one? Probably we're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're going to dig in today, is that the lack of conversation on LinkedIn. For a lot of new people who get to LinkedIn, they go, where do I start?
Yeah.
And that's the problem, is they don't know where to start. And I think when we go through today, you've got a couple of questions for me. I'll answer them. But when the guys start asking the questions, you'll see a lot of the conversation is, how do I get a connection to a conversation offline?
Yeah.
And that's a challenge.
Yeah.
But we'll solve that for them today.
No, I like the fact that you kind of are emphasizing on the fact that it's conversation. That means that there's an element of interaction required. So once you actually follow somebody or connect with somebody, there's something, there's an action required to eventually develop a relationship, for them to potentially even know about your business. And then from that point to find out more about your business. And then if they do end up becoming a vendor or a consumer of your business or service, what they require is an action, and that action is a conversation.
Absolutely.
So I guess straight off the bat, what are the top 3 essential elements every LinkedIn profile should have to attract potential clients and business opportunities?
So the top thing is your overall profile should generate curiosity. Why would I even want to look at you? If you tell me you're VP Sales and Marketing, everybody's VP of Sales and Marketing. What do you do that is different? How do you solve my problem? A lot of people don't have a decent banner. So when I talk about a banner, if you were talking on a landing page, it would be the hero shot, the big thing at the back that everybody does in gray, or a squished out logo, or a elongated logo. They don't use that billboard to share their mission, create curiosity, to pull people in. So they leave it bland and they think it's very complex, and it's a 7-minute exercise on Canva and you've got a decent banner. And what I do for a lot of people I connect with on LinkedIn, and yes, this is a punt again, sorry, is we give them free banners because I can't stand gray. And every time I'm going through LinkedIn and I see somebody who's got a gray banner, I offer to make one for free just to get some color into it. Because people, we engage with color vibiness.
Yeah.
So if somebody's looking at your profile and there's not a decent background, it's drab. Yeah. And then your photo, please. A photograph, head and shoulders, not a photograph of you on stage from the back of the hall. I can't see who you are. Not a photograph of you in shade or shadow, because if I've never met you, there's a lady I work with, Denise, who's an image consultant, and she explained how the eye doesn't register the rest of the face if it's in shadow, if you've never met the person.
Yeah.
So the brain fills that in. So smile, squint your eyes, like be real.
Yeah.
You know, not a cutout with your ex sort of photograph. I mean, the photographs I've seen on the profile, really sad. And then your title, something that's nice, like Chief Stormtrooper, because when you're reading through the notifications, people will read that, and if that sparks curiosity, they'll read the rest. But if I'm VP of Sales, author, I don't really care. It's not about you.
Yeah.
And those are probably the three key things that I would suggest to anybody who's doing a profile. Look at my profile.
Yeah.
Is the background, the photograph, and the title. Get that right.
Yeah.
The rest of it is easy to fix. But if you've got a boring banner, I mean, when you're walking down the road and you're looking at advertising on the wall,
It's got to grab your attention.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's got to grab your attention. No, I completely agree with that. So the next question I have is, how can participants use LinkedIn's algorithm to their advantage and increase visibility of their posts to reach a broader audience? And I know that you mentioned something before we came online, which is going to probably link with this question. But yeah, so how can people participate? How can people using LinkedIn utilize this set thing called the algorithm to their advantage?
So the question around the algorithm is always an interesting one, because people are always trying to game the algorithm for reach. The purpose of LinkedIn is to network and meet people.
Yeah.
If you're out trying to meet people and you're consistent, the algorithm will support you.
Yeah.
If you're trying to game the algorithm by posting every 4 hours. So yes, I'm part of a tribe called The Tribe, headed up by a guy called Richard van der Blom, whose data I'm going to share with you now.
Yeah.
If you're having a conversation, people will engage with your content. If you're consistently present every day, people get used to seeing you. So if you look at a lot of the top influencers, and Justin Walsh is one of my favorite influencers, he posts every day, 1:15 BST, British Summer Time, every day. Saturdays and Sundays included.
Okay.
What that does is the algorithm shows that you're always there, so it boosts you. There's the conversation of you've got to warm up the algorithm. So before you post, like you do on Instagram, any other social media, you get up and you engage. The problem is a lot of people engage wrong. So they'll go and they'll write a comment on an author's post and then go to another author and write a comment. And I always ask the very simple question, are you trying to sell your product to the author, or are you trying to talk to everybody in the room, the rest of the people in the feed? You do that for 15, 20 minutes before your post goes live. Hang around for 15, 20 minutes afterwards. People like Justin, he sticks around for like half an hour and he answers everybody in that first half an hour. That helps the algorithm work for you. But if you just post, fire and forget, the algorithm will forget you as well. It'll kind of like, yeah, you're not engaged. It's the same thing on Instagram, the same thing with SEO. Digital is about consistency. Gym is about consistency. Everything is about consistency. So there's no difference in LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And one of the things I'm going to share, which I've got to say is courtesy of Richard, is in the past, over a 3-day period, your first day, you would have 70% of your views. Your second day, you'd get 20% of your views. And the third day, you get 5% of your views.
Yeah.
Okay. The algorithm recently changed so that your traffic is spread over 3 days. So your post gets more visibility, almost by 20%. So day 1 is now down to 55%. Day 2 is up to 30%. Day 3 is up to 10%.
Yeah.
And then you can stack it. So if you post 3 times a day, you'll reach, let's say, each post gets you 10,000 views. So if you do one really good post and you get 10,000 views, that's awesome. If you do 2 posts, your views come down. If you do 3 posts, your views come down. But collectively, the 3 posts give you more views than a single post.
Yeah.
But then it comes, the question is content. How much content do I need? We have that conversation. Right now, just to start, post every day.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be a book. The algorithm wants to see you show up every day.
Yeah.
It's a machine, ones and zeros. If you show up every day at 1:15, it knows to look for you every day at 1:15.
So what specific time is there a specific time that works out for people, or how do people know the best time to post?
I ran a poll the other day and I asked, what time are you on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
It depends on who you're targeting
Yeah.
and what they're doing. Some people are just ticking a box. So they'll check in on LinkedIn before breakfast, but they'll be there for 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and then they'll leave.
Yeah.
Then you've got people who work on LinkedIn,
Yeah.
salespeople, business owners who are actively prospecting. They're on LinkedIn for 12 to 15 hours. So don't be fooled when people say, no, you just need an hour on LinkedIn. If you're prospecting for new business, you're picking up the phone all day.
Yeah.
Same thing for LinkedIn. You're on LinkedIn all day.
Yeah.
So then the time that you want to post doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Then there's business owners who are kind of like, they slow down towards the end of the day and they're going, yeah, we'll rock up at like 4:30.
Yeah.
So it's really up to you, but whatever time you choose,
Yeah.
be there every day.
Yeah.
I like to post about the same time that the American markets post, because then I have a global
Reach.
reach. So 1:15 UK time gives me the Eastern Coast, Mountain Time, and that part of America.
Okay.
Also, the other thing I've picked up is a lot of people are around during that hour because the other influencers are around.
Okay.
So, and I'm going to give you the guys some tips on how they can capitalize on what we call fishing holes
Okay.
to boost your visibility, which
Okay.
people don't do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. This is what we want. This is what we want. Okay. So guys, if you've got any questions for Kenneth, he's already unpacking some gems here. Get those in the chat. Any pain points, anything like that, get those in the comments, and we will go for it. Whilst you're here, do subscribe. We've got a lot of valuable content just like this coming soon, and even from previous episodes as well. So my next question is, what are some of the innovative ways to engage prospects on LinkedIn that go beyond the standard connection requests or a message?
So there's a thing on LinkedIn called a pitch slap. We hate pitch slaps to the point where a lot of people actually sample your pitch slap, and I hate to say name and shame, but name and shame is what gets done.
Yeah.
You know, you reach out to me with a connection. Hey Jacob, I think we can add value. I enjoy your network. Or it's like I don't even put in a personalized request, and I hit go. You accept. It's automation. The next thing that says, hey Jacob, I'm offering this, and it's a 400-word document trying to sell me something. It turns people off.
Yeah.
What's interesting is when I block you and unlike you, it negatively impacts the algorithm on you, not me.
Wow.
So if you're going to pitch slap somebody, understand it's going to impact on your visibility. So don't. The easiest way to connect with people is by saying hi. It's like weird. People are terrified to say hi. And, you know, it's like, I don't connect with strangers. Okay, well, hi, my name's Kenneth. We're not a stranger anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, when you were a child, stranger danger, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of built in. People don't say hi.
Yeah.
So the way we break that down so that it's really easy to get connections, when I follow my process, I get 100% connection requests accepted. When I kind of deviate, I get about a 90%. Most people are happy with a 20%, which is not good enough. So the first thing we do is we go find a fishing hole, which I'll expand on later.
Yeah.
Then we start a conversation with people that we refer to as our ICP, ideal client profile. How do we know? They've called them what we need them to call themselves.
Yeah.
Then I make a comment on their comment in the author's comment. If they reply, they're online. If they look at my profile, I reply by saying, hey Jacob, I saw you looked at my profile. We're not connected. I'd love to change that.
Yeah.
Guess what happens? You say
Connect, yeah.
connected.
Yeah.
And then don't pitch me.
Yeah.
Do not pitch me. Rather say, and that's what I do for the next level,
Yeah.
is I do a personalized video. So I then pick up my phone
Yeah.
and say, Jacob, sweet for connecting. Thank you. Have an awesome week. End of conversation. Now the person on the other side is going, hey, you didn't try and sell me anything. Actually, you might genuinely want to connect on a networking level. Let me follow his content. What do you do to keep the relationship warm? Well, I rock up every other day
Yeah.
and I look at your content and I leave a comment or two. And eventually And when I say eventually, in 3 or 4 weeks' time, I'll say something along the lines of, Jacob, I've been following your content. It's great. I love this article. Why don't we have a chat? Get to know each other. I mean, how do we network if
You don't have a conversation.
If we don't have a conversation? 99% of people go, yeah, you're not trying to pitch me anything because I can see that.
Yeah.
Then have something of value and do standard networking. And when I say standard networking, if you go to a networking event, people shake hands. You get, I call them two kinds of people. The running, the wham bam, thank you ma'am kind of scenario. Well, they'll come in and they say, hey, I'm a will salesman. Do you need a will? No. Okay, I don't want to talk to you. And then they leave.
Yeah.
Okay. Or you'll talk to them and they'll just tell you about themselves.
Yeah.
They'll monologue and you're like, great, I'm going to sleep here. Sorry. That's not how a conversation works. On LinkedIn, the way I do it is I have a Zoom call. I let them talk. If we've got an hour scheduled, I let them talk for half an hour. If all they do in that half an hour is talk, and I can see it's going to run, I have a hard stop on my call. And I hard stop it there. So we might have booked for half an hour and I'm like, oh, something's come up. I end it because I realize that they're only interested in themselves.
Yeah, themselves, yeah.
I don't want to talk to people like that.
Yeah.
And that's, so I go back to Star Wars, I talk about story brand a lot.
Yeah.
It's, if you're trying to be the hero and I want to be the hero, if there's two heroes in the room,
it's not going to work.
No. Yeah. One of them is going to leave.
Yeah.
And your prospect is the one who's going to leave.
Yeah.
So don't be the hero. Ask them, how are you doing?
Yeah.
We have a two-way conversation. And then somewhere in the conversation, I'll point out some challenges on their profile. And the conversation goes where the conversation goes and they become a customer. Same thing for whatever you're selling. Have a conversational approach. People don't do that.
Yeah.
They don't. They've got sales managers, they've got quotas, they're being driven, get those numbers. I've got one customer, Stephen, who's done phenomenally well. He's listened to my coaching process and we write the content for him, but he does the engagement. And he's landing meetings with people that typically they wouldn't get.
Yeah.
Or because he's going, hey, how you doing? That's where it starts. And people don't do that. They don't start a conversation by saying hello. It's not top secret.
Yeah.
It's just scary that people don't. And if I listen to a lot of people, they're terrified actually of that rejection.
So how do people now go from the point of, so I have sat down with you, we've connected, we've jumped on Zoom, for example, or we've you've seen my content, you've engaged with my content, and then you've popped up in the chat and said, "Oh, let's catch up. I like what you're doing there. Love to find out more." At that point, so I'm the business owner, you're the prospect. How do I now, after listening to you as a prospect, and asking you how you're doing, what is it that you do, finding about more bits about yourself, understanding what pain points you may be having, what is my approach then, in regards to, do I come at you with the, oh, this is what I do, I think you should book me to come and do this, What is the approach I should take then? Should I be very forward or?
No, softly.
Okay.
I don't want to feel like I'm being sold to. Okay. So I treat every meeting as a discovery call. I'm asking questions. If I'm treating it as a discovery call, the prospect will give me an opening to do a sales call, transfer it into a sales call. But if they don't give me the opening, that's fine. I leave it and I walk away, because I'd rather leave you saying, damn, that was useful, in the back of your head. If somebody else asks you the question, you go, hey, Kenneth has got the answer. Then, man, I had the Zoom call and this guy got in and within 15 minutes he was hard selling me. I hear that a lot because I talk to a lot of clients and they're like, I can't stand it when the first thing, as the call goes in, Within 5 minutes, they've switched the call to a sales pitch. The guys shut them down. The worst part is they've got a negative connotation to the brand, negative connotation to the individual, and they're never going to introduce you to anybody. So don't. Have the conversation like we would. I mean, if we were at a barbecue or at the bar having a chat, and you start complaining about, oh man, I can't find somebody who can write decent content for me. Yeah, that's an end for me, and I'll have the conversation. Yeah. Let's say you're software as a salesperson, as a service software, SaaS, and somebody's bitching about their. Sorry. I'm really minding my P's and Q's today because my wife moans at me. I drop the F-bomb way too much. If somebody's complaining about their PBX, their telephone system, that's when you say, hey, I know a guy. That's how LinkedIn works. Yeah. That's how our conversation works. Yeah. If you're not used to that, then practice. A lot of people the first time they rock up for a sales call is when they practice. Yeah. Basic sales 101. Practice role play. Yeah. Before you hit the one-on-one call. Yeah. Otherwise, you don't. I mean, Ben Hogan, I like golf. I think he said something like, you've got to hit 2,000 strokes before you start finding your swing. Have you tried to hit 2,000 balls? Your hands are bleeding. Yeah. And I mean, a little pyramid of balls has got like 50 balls in it. So he practiced that much. He wasn't a natural golfer, but he was damn good at what he did. Then you take, who's the basketball guys?
LeBron James.
Yeah, all of them. Their actual shooting percentage is below 50%. As in sinking it in the hoop. Yeah. But the difference between the greats and the mediocre is the amount of shots.
Yeah, repetition.
Yeah.
Yep.
So practice makes perfect. Yeah. So before you get on a call, practice discovery calls. Yeah. What I suggest to people is have a lot of coffee calls if you're new to LinkedIn. Yeah. Just get to know people. You'll get a feel. Yeah. But do not go in for the kill. Yeah. I did that when I got you because I'm South African. Yeah. And in South Africa, we're we're the American salespeople. Yeah. It's like we have a chat, we close the deal. Yeah. You don't want to buy from me? Okay, go away. Yeah. England, it's a lot more gentle. Yeah. You build up a relationship. Yeah. It's called relational capital for a reason. Yeah. And you might not buy from me today. I've got a client, Kate, who is exactly that example. Yeah. We connected 2.5 years ago. I had a chat, I supported her, we had a long conversation. She became a client 4 months ago. That's sometimes how long it takes. Yeah. But I'm always there. I'm always supportive. Yeah. And I'm not going in to get.
Yeah. Added value.
Yeah. No, giving.
Yes. Well, it's added value, isn't it?
Yeah. It is, I suppose. Yeah. Always give as gain. Yeah. Give. Rock up on LinkedIn, give. Yeah. Stop taking.
Yeah. This leads me to, it's not a question I had written down, but is LinkedIn a platform that all businesses should be utilizing?
Pretty much all businesses are.
Yeah.
They're not utilizing, but they're present.
Yeah.
So I think there's 5.6 million companies in the UK, give or take. There's roughly 32, 33 million people from the UK on LinkedIn. Yeah. If you're telling me your ideal customer in the B2B space is not on LinkedIn, how many customers do you need?
Yeah. I guess the question that you answered the question, but the question that I'm trying to get an answer to is that, so for example, I sell cookies, right? I am why are you laughing about cookie business?
No. There's a company in America who is killing it with cookies. Yeah. Okay. There's a guy I follow on LinkedIn in the States called Doug Lawson. Yeah. Okay? He unwrapped publicly his free box of cookies he got from the American company. Yeah. What they're doing is they're going to influencers all over and they're sending them a free box of cookies. Yeah. I love cookies. I mean, who doesn't like cookies? Yeah. Okay. And the guys are talking about the cookies. The cookies are amazing. Yeah. But the way it arrives, the guys are just inundated with orders for cookies. Yeah. So, sorry, that's why I was chuckling about cookies.
Well, so because some people may think that it's only people that are looking for I'm looking for marketing, or I run a marketing business and I'm looking for the MDs to companies to have a conversation with them so that I can do the videography for that company, or I'm an accountant, so I'm looking for the CEO of a company so that I can do the accounts for the company, right? Some people may think that it's only a particular type of business that can utilize LinkedIn. But I just gave the example of being somebody I make cookies, right? Still a business, but how can me as a cookie business or someone that sells love hearts or sells toffees, how can I still utilize LinkedIn? How can not just the conventional digital based businesses or service providers, what about the other people? How do they utilize LinkedIn?
So one of the biggest mistakes I've picked up with people on LinkedIn is they don't know who they're talking to. So your ICP, who's your ideal client? If you don't know what your ideal client looks like, everything is pointless.
Yep.
If I take Justin, if I take Richard, if I take any of them, they know exactly who they're talking to. How do they know? Because when I read their content, I feel like they're talking to me and I'm their target market. So if you're talking and people aren't engaging with you, then you don't know who your target market is. And if you are a cookie supplier, LinkedIn is not a B2C business. So e-commerce, mass market for caps and stuff like that generally doesn't work.
Yeah.
But I'm finding coaches, gym instructors, health instructors. I mean, people are talking about gut health on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And then they're selling Arbonne products. So in a way, it's a consumer element. But what they're learning is that just because I'm a CEO does not mean I'm also a father, a husband, a son, a golfer, a ice hockey player. So all of those elements are in me. So people are still stuck in the old thing of LinkedIn is all about
business,
suited and booted.
Yeah.
We're people. It's kind of, and I'm probably going to get blasted for this, but it's almost like Facebook 2.0 in the sense that we don't want to do pictures of your sushi and your dog and your cat, but we do want to know who you are as a person.
Yeah.
And then we tie it into our life lessons and then we connect with you.
Yeah.
So it is available for guys, folks who sell caps or sell corporate branding, but it's still not an e-commerce platform for direct to consumer.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. That's good. I like the aspect that you just said there, that people are not just wearing suits all the time, but as soon as they get home, they might be wearing flip-flops, or they might be having a barbecue on a Saturday as well.
Or washing the car with the kids. So Chris did that on Friday.
Yeah.
He took a day. He took photographs of him washing the car with the kids.
Yeah.
Fridays are generally relaxed content days.
Yeah.
His engagement is phenomenal because people can relate with a dad and his two kids.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like that. So it's not just another angle. It's not just from the not the prospect's point of view, but from the person that's obviously ultimately trying to sell. Would you say that an unearthing another or letting another aspect of your life be seen on the platform can benefit you?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Why do you think I spoke about being a dance instructor? Because there are people out there who relate to the pain I went through. If you've done your job properly, when we meet in the real for the first time, it should feel like we're friends because we've built up that rapport.
Yeah.
If it feels like we've never had a conversation, then my content's missed the mark.
Yeah.
So if people read my content and they meet me, there's not a disconnect. You read my content, I love steampunk. All my imagery is steampunk. We get Kenneth. That's who he is. So when they read it, it's cool. But then I read a lot of people say B2B marketing is boring. That's only because they've made it boring. They've forgotten that there are human beings in the business to business field. Yeah. And don't bring in the real people. Yeah. But that's who I connect with. Okay. I don't want to connect with purely suited and booted. There are people for that. Yeah. And there are people who like to work in that sort of, I'm a banker. I'm always a banker. I always wear my tie. When I go to bed at night, I'm still in my suit and my tie. And I'm like, yeah, not my personality. So find your people. Yeah. But your people will find you. And that's why I'm part of the tribe, because we're the same kind of people. And it's kind of, we're finding our tribe. Who likes us? Yeah. Who do we get along? I heard a guy speak the one day and he said, there's 4 types of people in the world. The people 25% of the people in the world don't like you. Doesn't matter what you do,
Yeah.
they're not going to like you. 25% of the people are biased to not liking you, but they'll watch what you do and then they probably won't like you.
Yeah.
25% of the people in the world will like you with a bit of work. But there's 25% of the people in the world who will love you no matter what. Those are the people you want to talk to.
Yeah.
So talk to them.
Yeah.
Don't look for the other 25%. And we get wrapped in as a small business, chasing the invoice, chasing the month-end bills. 3 years later, we're still doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Because we're talking to people we don't want to talk to.
Yeah.
Show your personality and the right people will talk
Will
to
come
you.
to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. How can participants effectively position themselves as thought leaders in their industry through content marketing on LinkedIn?
Love that question. Content marketing. How do you create yourself as a thought leader?
Yeah.
You first got to publish regularly.
Yeah.
Okay. You've got to write researched, well thought out articles.
Yeah.
So when I look at people's profiles, the thing that I notice a lot is the article tab is empty.
Yeah.
They haven't written a 1,200 word article of their thoughts. The second thing is, if you want to position yourself as a thought leader and you don't know how to write, speak, do a video. I mean, you can do either or. If you're terrified of doing video, you know what? So was I. My videos, I do them now, like my post I did earlier today.
Yeah.
That's what I call a lazy post. Other people are giving me compliments again. Love the fact that you're doing video. I mean, video is easy
Yeah.
because I'm talking to myself. And, you know, it's going to be there for a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Content marketing is about talking to the people. If you don't know what the people want, you won't be a thought leader. So first point of departure is the easiest thing in the world if you've got clients, okay? Not for brand new people. If you've got clients, have a call with them on Zoom. Say, why did you hire me? Why did you leave the previous guy you were working? What did you like about me?
Yeah.
Take that Zoom call, get it transcribed, go to this new thing called chat. I mean, everybody uses chat, right? Copy and paste the text into chat and say, tell me what are the pain points. Tell me what are the reasons that people are talking to me. And do that with 4 or 5 customers. They'll come back with, chat will come back with a list of, most people want to talk to you because they're terrified of posting on social media. Okay, now you know what to write about. How to deal with the fear of posting on social media. Now, 2 things are happening. A, you're writing about how you overcome the fear of posting, which is positioning you as a thought leader based on what your customers have already told you.
Yeah.
So it's a simple loop. Most people sit there going, what am I going to write about today? How do I become a thought leader? What is a thought leader? You know, how do I free people's minds?
Yeah.
Well, speak to your customers. And then when you do your content marketing, we do 1 article every month. Because an article gives you, when somebody goes and reads an article, they didn't accidentally get there. It's not in a newsfeed.
Yeah.
They had to click, go through it, read it, and leave a comment.
Yeah.
So if you've got 20 people who looked at that page, those are 20 engaged people.
Yeah.
Then it gives you posts for the rest of the month. So we write an article, 1,500 words. Out of that, we then pull snippets, 12 snippets, 16 snippets. And then we pop that up as a post with a scroll stopping image.
Yeah.
And the idea is you've got to stop people from scrolling. You know, selfies, okay, but put up an image that grabs my attention, which is why I use steampunk as well.
Yeah.
Because people look at that. I mean, all stormtroopers. We had the Star Wars conversation.
Yeah.
Use a image that's going to go, and then people go, oh, and then have a decent headline.
Yeah.
Then your content marketing starts working. But there's a secret other half, which nobody does.
Which is?
Strategic commenting.
Okay.
You want your content to work. Start having conversations and giving your opinion to other thought leaders.
Okay.
So I've talked about fishing holes a lot. So if you're running a small business, guess what? You're not the only one. As a community, we are all looking to grow from other people who've been through the mill. There's a guy I follow called Alex Hormozy.
Yes.
Okay, you've heard of him,
Yeah.
right? The gym guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant advice on how to create the $100 million offer. Everybody goes, and if you go to Alex's post, you look in the comment section, you'll notice a common thread. Everybody leaves a comment for Alex. Alex is not going to buy their product. What are you doing? It's like me walking into a room that has been hosted by Richard. Okay, so in this case, I'm referring to Richard Moore. I walk into the room. Richard Moore is hosting a networking event. What do? I walk up and say, "Hey, Richard, how you doing? I'm Kenneth. Nice to meet you. I sell glasses." He goes, "Sweet." I go, "Sit down." At the end of the session, I go, "Richard, I sell glasses," and I leave. Richard's not going to buy my glasses.
Yeah.
There were 400 other people in the room.
Yeah.
I didn't walk up to one of them and say, "Hey, Jacob, how you doing? What brings you here today?
Yeah.
What keeps you busy when you're not hanging out with Richard's conferences?" I don't do that.
Yeah.
So how am I going to get to meet people? How are people going to get to meet me?
You, yeah.
Now, if I go to Alex's post, Justin's post, any one of those guys, even Richard,
Yeah.
my people, my prospects are hanging out in his post.
Yeah.
He's been kind enough to create a fishing hole
Yeah.
where my kind of people gather.
Yeah.
The only thing that I have to do is say hi to the other people in the feed. Now, if you look at people's feeds, very few will go in and go, "Jacob, you left a comment on Richard's post. I loved what you said, Jacob, and this is my opinion." They won't do that. If you go and look at people who know what they're doing, you'll see they'll make 10 or 15 comments in the feed. And what happens? Those people that I've left a comment on your comment, you're like, "Who the hell's this guy?" Curious, aren't you?
Yeah.
You click,
Yeah.
right? "Oh, hey." Suddenly you start liking my content, following my content.
Yeah.
I got a great example. One of my clients in America, Risa, she connected with me with 175 followers. 0 engagement. She said, and I think a lot of people on LinkedIn who start in at the level are going,
Yeah.
"Where do I start?" I said, strategic commenting. What did she do? She found a fishing hole. She started commenting. I got comments from my network, people going, "Who's this Risa? She's popping up everywhere." I'm like, she's doing what she's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
She kept going. She went from 175 followers to she's now just over 1,200 in, she said it was like 78, 90 days. The details are on my profile under my social proof.
Yeah.
She's a recommendation. She's given me a recommendation.
Yeah.
Okay. What she didn't say, and I saw the other day, I was like floored. I've seen people's profiles who've got 18,000 followers.
Yeah.
They get one comment.
Yeah.
Okay. Their views are maybe 100, 120 views over a 7-day period. Her views are like 7,000.
Wow.
She started off on 175 followers.
Wow.
And she's getting 20, 30 comments on average.
Wow.
Now, we understand that if you've got a low following, and you've got a massive conversation going, that's an engaged base. She gets business out of that because the people want to talk. And she's getting 7,000 views, and I have people with triple her audience aren't getting that kind of view.
Yeah. That's
Why?
Good. That's good.
Because of strategic commenting.
Yeah.
She's rocking up every day
Yeah.
and going, "Hey, Jacob, how you doing? Love da 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 da." And she never says, and please, if you do this, I didn't say to do it, but you will get shot. Great post. Awesome post. Thumbs up.
So
well done.
What sort of thing? What sort of thing should someone say? What sort of comment should you leave?
Think about your posting or your commenting as a reflection of your brand.
Yeah.
Are you lazy? Great post. Awesome post.
Yeah.
Or are you actually interested in me?
Yeah.
Why do we get along with people?
Because it's something you have in common.
Because I show an interest in you.
Yeah.
I actually ask about you.
Yeah.
I don't talk about me. A lot of people go, "Oh, that's a great person," and then if you ask them afterwards, basic conversation, "What do you know about the person you spoke to?" Nothing. But you told them everything about you.
Yeah.
That's why they're a great person.
Yeah.
So when you do a post, it's not about you. Talk about that person's, the author's post.
Yeah.
Leave something that is insightful. And I've got a 4-part formula that we use. Take a view on something. So I love orange. UKBF is orange everywhere. And actually, burnt orange is one of my favorite colors. Okay.
Yeah.
Take a view. Then share your opinion. It's my favorite color. Then add something to it. Add something of value. I love the way you've mixed the orange and black. Actually, I couldn't do it any better, so I can't add value to that.
Yeah.
But add
Yeah,
value.
yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
Please bear with me.
I
This
get
is
what
off
you
the
mean.
cuff.
Yeah.
And then leave a question. A question that says,
A question to the room, or a question to that person?
the question to the person and the room.
Okay.
So Justin Walsh, okay, he posts every day at 1:15 UK time. If you are there in the first 5 posts, 5 comments, I know I've had a good day when my comment has had 20 or 30 replies.
Mm-hmm.
That means I've had 20 or 30 second or third connections reply to my comment on Justin's comment.
Okay.
And Justin endorses my comment by leaving a comment.
Yeah.
If I rock up at 45 minutes later, I can leave a comment.
But he's not going to be there.
He's not going to be there, but the rest of the people are gone as well.
Yeah.
So leave a comment that is something that you want to say, and don't just like a damn post.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point? Why are you liking it?
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Sorry, some people may disagree with what
That's
I'm
good.
saying.
No. I like how practical and straightforward you've ironed things out there. Gosh, time is fast spent.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, I'll keep quiet now.
So, what are the most common networking mistakes to avoid on LinkedIn, and how can they hinder business opportunities?
So, common networking mistakes are automation, pitch slaps.
Yeah.
Okay. No personalized message.
Yeah.
There's a massive debate going on, and Richard has got some numbers where he shows if you do automation, you get a lot of connections if it's a blank connection request. The problem is, if you want to have a conversation with somebody, you've got to show them the love. And people don't show you the love. So I've watched my followers, and I just sit there and I chuckle to myself, because clearly they don't understand the process. They follow me, then they connect me, I accept the connection, the next thing is a pitch slap, I ignore it, my follower drops by 1 count because I blocked them. Then they move on. Like, okay, well, that's fine. It's not about how many followers you got.
Yeah.
It's about how many conversations you're having.
Yeah. How
And
engaged you are.
stop pitching on your first conversation.
Yeah.
That kills it. It kills your brand. It kills everything. Because, like I said earlier, networking 101. Hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
Tell me about yourself. Discovery call.
Yeah.
Not, hey, Jacob, do you need a will?
Yeah.
Oh, you're only 15 years old. Shoot, I don't expect you to die anytime soon. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so that the biggest networking mistake is the pitch slap.
Yeah.
Okay, the second biggest networking mistake
Yeah.
is ghosting the person after they've connected.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we connect, then you say thanks for the connection. Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the reason we connected was to have a conversation.
Yeah.
I connect with people, and then I send them a personalized video saying, "Hey Jacob, great connecting, have an awesome week." Generally, I get a message back immediately going, "Wow, thanks for the video. Nobody does that." What does that tell you? Nobody does that. Send a personalized video. I've now got a conversation.
Yeah. That's good.
But if they don't reply, oh, well, that's cool. You have a nice life. Disconnect.
Yeah.
Because why did you connect with me in the first place?
Yeah.
So don't worry about more than that. Those 2 things, if you can talk to people, don't ghost them,
Yeah.
and don't pitch them,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. No, that's extremely practical and very simple, but I can see how effective those can be if those are done right. Because just the amount of people that bombard my inbox, especially when you've got a specific title or you're in a specific position, you just get so many just
Spam emails.
spam,
Yeah.
different things like that. And when I see them thinking, mate, just leave me alone.
And everybody's doing that, but it's like they don't register.
Yeah.
Everybody's going, if it was Tinder, what's it, swipe left, swipe
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
They're just swiping away.
Yeah.
But when I, like, Jacob, because what I've done is I've taken the time to look at your groups.
Yeah.
People don't scroll to the bottom of your profile. In the bottom of your profile is your personal loves, your newsletters that you subscribe to. So what are you reading up and updating yourself about? The people you follow, as in the big thought leaders.
Yeah.
That tells me a lot about
But
you.
who you are, yeah.
It also tells me a lot about how I talk to you.
Yeah.
Use it.
Yeah.
If you've taken the time to fill it in, you want people to know.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's good. That's good. getting some comments here about people really appreciating what's happening and the value that's been brought as well. Gosh, I've literally got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions, and we've got 7 minutes. So,
okay, hit them. I'll give you single answers.
Yeah. All right. So, how can participants build a genuine and authentic personal brand on LinkedIn that resonates with their target clients?
Right. First thing, make sure they know who they're talking to. ICP. Then know what their pain points are, and then talk from the heart. If you don't know how to write from the heart, talk from the heart.
Yeah.
Whenever you're in front of a client, pitching a client, you're actually solving their problems because you listen. So when you're writing on LinkedIn, when you're doing content, when you're building an authentic brand, be you. Everybody else is taken. I'm sure everybody's heard that.
Yeah.
Be you. Share your stuff.
Yeah.
Don't try and put on a facade.
Yeah.
You'll get caught out.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. What are some of the practical tips for using LinkedIn's Sales Navigator tool to identify and connect with decision makers and key stakeholders?
So before you even look at Sales Nav, if you can't use search on LinkedIn, don't waste your money. Okay, a lot of people are like Sales Nav. I'm like, yeah, Sales Nav's got some funky features, list building, targeting, awesome, but they can't use the basic search on LinkedIn. Master the basic search on LinkedIn. And when you're approaching your target, don't do like a lot of people, target the bullseye and go for the bullseye. Think about a dartboard. There's concentric circles of influencers, people that move around that person. Connect with them. So if I connect with 5 people around you, and they're all commenting, and you're going, hey,
who's that person that keeps on popping up across the air?
Right. Then when I connect with you, like, hey, sure, let's have a chat.
Yeah.
Because you've seen me.
Yeah.
Don't go straight for the jugular. Don't.
Yeah. No, I like that. Can you share real life success stories of businesses that have won significant deals or partnerships solely through their LinkedIn efforts?
So I won't mention his name because I think it's wrong. But what I can tell you is that he got feedback on concluding a $385,000 contract based on his engagement on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And he's got very few followers. He's a leadership management coach.
Yeah.
And he landed one of those medical companies. Again, names I won't mention. He's in my recommendations list. So if you go down onto my profile, read the people who've given me recommendations. Those are the real life wins.
Yeah.
And like Risa started up on LinkedIn. Abigail. I love Abigail. Abigail Blackwood is amazing on LinkedIn and on TikTok. She's the blonde tourist. Okay. She joined LinkedIn with 600 followers. She said, I don't need LinkedIn. She's now on 34,000 followers.
Wow.
Two of her posts went viral because she used her assets and her value and her personal story.
Yeah.
So she told about how she got done in by her boss during COVID. People
related to that.
Right.
Yeah.
That went viral. That post went ballistic. And
yeah.
I looked at the numbers behind. I mean, we were looking at millions of views.
Wow.
And she jumped in 24 hours by 11,000 followers.
Wow.
So it can happen.
Yeah.
But you've got to be authentic and real and share your real pain. But please don't go into too much detail.
Yeah.
We don't need to know the nth detail.
Yeah. Somebody asked ICP. What does ICP mean?
ICP is a term we bandy about. It stands for Ideal Client Profile. So another term could be persona. When we refer to Ideal Client Profile, is what does your target audience look like? And a lot of people stick to the demographics of socio-demographics, age, weight, height, normal stuff. But they don't apply things like ego tags. And an ego tag is what I call myself. And if you read somebody's profile, if they start by CEO, then I'm a CEO. But if I start with the word founder, I have a different tag. If I say father of 4, then parenting is more important to me. So look for those ego tags and build up a detailed ICP, Ideal Client Profile, interview your customers, and then that allows you to structure your content and your conversation around what they want. Yeah. Then you get more engagement.
Yeah.
And talk back to the people.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. What strategies can participants use to measure the ROI of their LinkedIn activities and adjust their approach accordingly? So what tools out there can allow business owners, small businesses, entrepreneurs, startups to know what they're doing is actually working, and will allow them to
an
pivot if needs to.
amazing tool.
Yeah.
Okay. They've just gone from beta into paid 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Authored Up.
Authored Up. Okay.
Authored Up. Google Authored Up. It's an app that you download that allows you to structure content so you can see how it's displayed on mobile in your LinkedIn post. It's got analytics built in. So it immediately tells you how long your post's gone, who your posts are talking to. The analytics are better than LinkedIn's analytics.
Okay.
But if you want to check if your strategy is working, a lot of people like views. Views, yes, it builds audience. You do need views, okay? You need people to be seen. But what you need are profile views. Are you getting people to look at your profile? And if you're not, what are you doing? And I can tell you, because I do it often.
Yeah.
I can quadruple your profile views by doing one thing only.
Go on.
Making comments on other people's profiles.
Yeah.
Guess what they do? Who are you?
Yeah.
It's a simple strategy.
Yeah.
But if you've looked at my profile and I connect with you and we have a conversation,
Yeah.
it all started by me
Commenting
on you.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do. You can post once a week. And people are like, huh? Once a week? Yeah. Don't worry about the algorithm. Don't worry about the views. Rock up in other people's content, having questions and conversations.
I've got a question. So
Yeah.
I don't. So let's say I'm a business owner, but I don't use my personal profile. I want my business profile or my business page or my showcase page to be the thing that will get a bit of attention,
A bit of love.
a bit of love, right? What says
Why do you want
in
that
regards
to get a bit of love? What's the purpose of you being online? Getting clients.
So the question is, should I focus from my personal or my business?
My business page, I think I've got 686 followers.
Yeah.
In 3 years, all my customers have come from my personal page.
Yeah.
My business page has done nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. And yes, I don't show my business page love. And a lot of people are like, oh, but I want to get the company growing. We buy from people.
Yeah.
When you go online, you click on the company page, but
Yeah.
then there's a little button that says people who work at the
Yeah,
company.
people who work at the company,
and
yeah.
you click there.
Yeah.
And then you go check out all the people.
Yeah.
So get the people to speak about your company, employee advocacy.
Yeah.
But what I do is I write content and then I repost that content as is onto my company page. I don't give it a love. If you want to give it love, that's great. Each to their own, I suppose.
Yeah.
What strategy works for you, use that.
Yeah. Having a lot of people coming through saying that it's been really valuable. They really enjoyed it.
Tell them to connect and follow with me on LinkedIn.
We're going to tell them that.
Yeah.
We're going to tell them that. Last question that I've got is, in what ways can participants leverage LinkedIn groups to establish themselves as industry experts and faster valuable connections with potential clients?
Personal view,
Go on.
I am an IMO. It's like everybody types in shorthand, in my opinion. Groups are a waste of time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Groups are a way for me to control my marketing. So I will set up a group and invite people to make myself look like a thought leader.
Mm-hmm.
People will join the group, gives me the ability to target them directly.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of work. Do you want to do that? Okay. If you want to get to people in groups, you can actually message them directly in the group. So if your target audience is in a group,
Yep.
and you can find it, sweet. I don't spend a lot of time in groups,
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
and I'm getting customers. So
That's cool. All right. So just to round up, before we let the people know about how they find you, where is the best place to find you? Obviously, it's going to be LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Can you give me the top 3 bits of advice that every business owner needs to know to win on LinkedIn? Top 3 bits of advice that everybody business owner needs to know and do to win on LinkedIn.
say hi. Do not take the approach of, I'm only going to connect with people I know. It'll shut you down. The algorithm will shut you down. Say hi. Greet people, talk to people. So say hi. And comment. People don't do that. they think it's enough to put up a post. It's not. I'm here to meet people. Any business owner, any startup, even students who are trying to build a digital brand. I've seen students in the US that have got tens of thousands of followers. They're not selling anything. Will Aitken is amazing on TikTok. I mean, he's really funny. He's also amazing on LinkedIn. He's moved through companies, but he's entertaining on LinkedIn. Comment, say hi. Say hi. It's so simple. It's the most effective way of building up relationships that lead to business. Business owners don't do it. I don't have time. Ask yourself this question. What am I doing right now to grow my business? And if I'm chasing paperwork, don't view LinkedIn as social media, because a lot of people go, LinkedIn is social media. I get lost in the news feed. Get onto LinkedIn with a purpose. Leave a comment. Say hi. Talk to the people in the room. Talk. Engage. Don't sell. Engage. That's it. It's not even 3. 1. Talk to other people on LinkedIn in the comments of the places that you like where your clients hang out. If you need to know how to find them, talk to me. I'll show you. Because I think we're over. But if you do, we can happily, and I'm not going to charge for it. I'll show you how to find those people.
So on that, how do people get in contact with you? And are there any special offers just for one time that for everyone that's watching and listening that you can give out?
If you DM me UKBF on LinkedIn, you want to know where to find me? On LinkedIn, you can search for my name, Kenneth Nell. My surname is spelled Nel, November Echo Lima.
Jeremiah, can you go on LinkedIn and put Kenneth's profile into the comments and just let people know that Kenneth will speak to them if they're a Star Wars fan, and also if they DM him UKBF. And
for that DM, I will do a 90-second personalized audit. And I will tell them what's working for them on their profile. I'll tell them what's not working on their profile. I'll tell them what's working but could be done better on their profile. And I'll tell them one thing that will boost their profile views. And I'll do that for each of them individually. So if there's 400, it might take me a while to get back to them. But I do that all the time. There's no fee. I then afterwards, because of the UKBF connection, I will happily give them 15-20 minutes of a conversation. And if they're stuck with profiles that suck, that look terrible, drop me a UKBF banner, and we'll get a banner made for them.
That's good. Somebody said that there are only 3 Star Wars movies, end of.
100% all the way. That's it. The rest are just whatever. Connect with me, please.
That's a good one. So head over to Kenneth's profile, DM him UKBF, and he'll give you a quick audit, give you some advice on what you can quickly improve to quickly see some results as well. Kenneth, thank you so much for your time today.
Jack,
thank you
it's been a pleasure.
For the insights. And we always know by the interaction that we get and people saying that they've really enjoyed and gotten something from it that it's actually worked and it's actually helped. So thank you for today.
Can I have one more plug?
Go on.
21st of September, Social Selling Pros are getting together. That's me and 2 other guys. We're running a 45-minute LinkedIn training where we're going to break down everything from your profile, going through the key points of profile, key points of social selling, key points of content. Join us on the 21st of September.
Have you got a link for that?
Yeah, it's on my profile.
So check out that on Kenneth's profile as well. Is it free?
Absolutely.
It's free.
See, give.
Yes.
I do a lot of giving.
There we go. There we go.
And I get a lot of love, by the way, I've got to say. My clients really look after me.
Oh gosh, people are saying there was 4. All right, no, there wasn't.
No, there's like, you know what, there are 6 chapters in the book. Only 3 movies were done properly by the man, Steven Spielberg. The rest of them, man, they lost the plot. They really lost the plot.
We're going to start another webinar now.
I know. Star Wars is you're either a diehard Star Wars fan or you're kind of like, I mean, like Boba Fett, they lost him. Man, the spin-off series on Disney are really sad. The Mandalorian, the last 2 seasons were brilliant. The first season, Yeah. But then they've got other seasons. I don't even remember their names, like Obi-Wan. I mean, like, what were they thinking?
Yeah. Do you know what? Gosh, there's comments coming about Star Wars now. But on that note, we're going to end it there because we need to get some food. But thank you so much, Kenneth.
My pleasure.
Head over to Kenneth's profile. Utilize this offer by DMing him UKBF, and he'll give you some tips, some tricks, and hopefully those will take what you're doing to another level on LinkedIn. So
I'm in the car for the next 3 hours,
Yep.
so I won't reply right now.
he's not going to reply right now.
Yeah,
Hopefully
give me
doesn't.
3 hours to get back to the office,
Yeah,
and then I will definitely be on it.
there we go. All right, I will see you guys later. Join us for next week. I've just come back from holiday. I can't remember what the next webinar is, right? But make sure to subscribe to our YouTube, and also like and share this content if you know that it's going to help somebody, because we know that it definitely helped the people watching here today. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.